Right, one WeaponCollector here. Well, I'm going to do a couple of tests on these pistol crossbows. So it's going to be 3 crossbows tested against each other with 3 basic tests. I'm going to do more after this, but this will just be the first series of them. So it's going to be the 80 lb Hori-zone pistol crossbow against the 80 lb self-cocking crossbows by Armex, and then the old 80 lb pistol crossbows. So what I'll be doing, the tests will be a simple penetration test against some books just taped up. That'll do, you know, to see which one penetrates the deepest. Mark those bolts, and then we'll have evidence there. The other thing I'm going to do is a draw weight test. I'm going to put each one of these crossbows in a vise, and then with this set of scales cock them, and it will show you what the draw weight is. And this is settable, so you have it at 0, and when you pull it, it goes round to where it last was. So we'll see quite a decent representation of what these are actually cocking at, if you know what I mean. That should be quite interesting. And then the last one is a test I've devised myself that I've never seen anyone do. Just thought it'd be interesting. I wanted to see the sort of hitting power of a crossbow, you know, how hard it hits. You know, FPS to me doesn't really mean anything, the speed of something. You know what I mean? I want to know what the hitting power is. So I devised a meter, I suppose, a weighted swinging target. Shoot it and it will knock it down. So what I do, I shoot it until it won't knock down anymore, each time adding lead discs. So we'll see what each one can still knock down with more discs in, you know. Each test will be this crossbow first, then the 80 lb self-cocking one, and then the Hori-zone one. So I'll get showing you the test now, and then we'll have a little talk about it at the end. Right, so this is the MK alloy pistol, the old one, the oldest one. That could only knock down knock it down 2 discs in. When I put 3 in, that was too much for it. So then now we're using the Armex Tomcat. Now that did knock down some more. Definitely has more power. All of the shots I'm trying to get them within the middle, but it's hard to always get them in the middle, but you know, it's accurate enough. So that easily knocks down 3. Starting to struggle a little bit now. I think that one was 4. See in a minute. Yeah, 4. And then finally, slightly a little high, but that doesn't really matter. If it can't knock it down there, then it can't, you know, that evidence. If it hit it in the middle, it wouldn't knock it down anyway. So that in the end failed at 5 discs, which is certainly a lot better than the older one. So now for the Hori-zone, that's knocked down 6, I think, straight away, or maybe 7 possibly. I think that was 7 discs then that knocked down. I got a perfect shot then. Didn't knock down, that was with the complete 8 discs, but previously, when I hit slightly high, the Hori-zone was actually knocking it over with the 8 discs in, but I wanted to do it fair. I wanted to get them right in the middle. So yeah, in the middle, it couldn't quite knock down 8. So now this is the draw weight test with the scales. You can feel how easy it is when you use these. It's supposed to be £80, but it's something like £42. So not a lot really. That was the MK alloy, or whatever they was called anyway, because there's different names for them. Now for the Tomcat MK2 Armex. It's felt a little bit stronger, but weirdly enough, when you see, just show you in a second, it was actually 42 again, so that's exactly the same as the other one. So they're probably the same prods. Now for the Hori-zone, you can tell this is a lot different when you cock it. And that was £72. So that is a lot more than the others, you know, it really is a big difference. So now for the penetration test, this is the old MK alloy. Shot went in okay, it doesn't really matter where it is on the books as long as it's in the same bit. And if anyone wondered, they're just old cheat books, they're not actually reading books, so I'm not ruining books, they're just old cheat books that you can get stuff online now anyway. So yeah, not much penetration at all really. 16mm. Now for the Tomcat MK2. Thought maybe it might be a bit better, tape it up. I put the tape on to make sure you can see exactly where it penetrated to, because if you put your fingers there, sometimes your fingers can move when you take the bolt out. So there it is. Doesn't look much different, but I think it was about 2mm deeper, yeah, 18mm. So now for the Hori-zone. All of these have been the exact same distances as well. Right, now that penetrated good. In fact, I couldn't even get it out. I had to fast forward it for the amount of time it took me to get it out. And then even then the tip got stuck. And this pretty much nearly went through, it was poking through the back of the books. So it did penetrate all of them. And then you'll see once I put the tip back onto the bolt, you'll see the difference. That's gone at least twice as deep in. Right, you can see there's a clear winner there, which is the Hori-zone 80lb Crossbow. Some interesting things came about. This obviously hits a lot harder than the other two, you can see. This one hits a lot less than this one. Something I did find interesting though, with the draw weight, that prod is the same as that prod. The main difference is the draw length or power stroke and the distance between the string and the catch and the prod and the catch. That seems to be the big difference. I'm pretty sure that this prod is the same as that one. Slight size differences as well. This one is slightly shorter than that one as far as I'm aware. I did write it down. But yeah, both of them are £42, these two old ones. So that difference in what is difference? Difference from the string to the catch is nearly 3 centimeters. Well, it is 3 centimeters. This is 3 centimeters further back. That must just give it that extra bit of power, you know. So yeah, that's quite interesting. I'll show you the different bolts to each one. So where are they? So that was the old £80 one, and that's the self-cocking one. Not much difference at all. when you compare the Hori-zone, twice as deep, easily twice as deep. And then the hitting power again, you saw that the old 80 lb one could only do like 3, I think it was, and then the self-cocking did, what was it, 5 or 6, I can't remember, and then the Hori-zone did all 8. You know, it was 8 that stopped. You know, I'm not sure how much of an accurate test that is, but I wanted to see how, you know, it's the only way I could devise a sort of hitting power test, you know, that I thought would be realistic. And then you've got the draw weights, which was interesting. Like I said, the 2 old ones, £45 each. That's what they pulled back at, all using the same handle. And the Hori-zone doing £75, so that's pretty much what it's supposed to be doing. You know, it says 80, 75, yeah, that's close enough. That's a lot more than the other ones. So yeah, you know, I thought those were some interesting tests. We sort of knew the outcome of this anyway. Other people have done these tests, but I just wanted to see for myself, you know, what kind of differences there really were. I will do some more tests. I'll eventually do some meat tests, some gelatin tests, you know, like ballistic gel but homemade kind of stuff, and some water jug tests, and anything else I can think of. But yeah, that's it for now. Hori-zone 80 lb pistol crossbow certainly outperforms all the old ones. You know, well worth getting for 50 quid, I reckon. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found this helpful and something, you know, something interesting. Alright, see you later. Right, before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearburst. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.